Good evening, race fans. Very, very excited to be here tonight for the Apex Sim Racing eSeries Showdown. Man, oh man, I am stoked to be here tonight. We saw the clash last week. It was won by Charles Stevens Jr., number 88. Put himself in the right spot at the right time. Got himself a good victory. I know he's going to be looking to try to do that again here tonight. Except tonight, we're racing for some points. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend Jason Raymond. Jason, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to this one. I say it every week, but last week was a great show. Came down to the last corner of the last lap, and I wouldn't expect anything different here tonight.
I mean, it's Daytona, baby. That's just the way it's gonna be when we're out here battling at a super speedway like this. The drivers are already jumping into qualifying. We got Chris Prager out there right now, number 77 Ford F-150. Coming around now, I think this is his out lap, so he's going to try to put a lap on the board. As Jonah Colbert actually did just put a lap on the board, and he went top of the board. As Christopher Heights knocks him back. Give me just a second to make sure. Got to make this smaller real quick. I forgot about this. I apologize.
As right now we're looking at the 31 of Jonah Colbert. He put down one lap so far. He's sitting P3 on the board. So let's see if he can jump up 2 positions here and take that top spot as he's coming around, coming into the center of 3 and 4 now to the exit of 4 on his final lap.
I'm not sure why my side ticker keeps messing up like that, so we got to go with this right now. Christopher Heights is on top of the board. Jonah Colbert coming around for a second lap. Uses the apron, tries to cut that track small as he can, but actually was a little bit slower on his second lap. He's currently slotted in P3. Folks, I'm glad y'all are tuning in with us tonight. And I say it every time, and we'll say it again. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. I cannot describe how much it truly helps us out. We're slowly but surely clicking them off as we're on the road to 100 right now. We've up to 80 subscribers. Just need a few more, about 20. So if you would, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube over at 5 Kings Motorsports. And if you're on Facebook, you can't be left out of the party either. You can also share this video, share it with your friends. That creates what we like to call the spiderweb effect. Somebody sees it outside this little group of sim racing. Maybe it gets them involved in the sim racing. Next thing you know, they're racing with us. So hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video. It helps out a ton. We're getting ready to go, I think, 60 laps of action-packed short track super speedway racing here tonight at Daytona. And up in Florida, we're right here next to the beach. We may even see an airplane land like we saw last week, Jason.
Hey man, that was cool. That airplane nice shot in the background as I was just watching Jonah Colbert take the road course. He's getting some road course practice in.
They're trying a little bit something different. We see Tracy Passons actually park it and was P11 on the board as Dylan Hastings just went top of the board right there. If I recall, Jason, didn't this guy have an all-white truck last week? I think he did.
I think so.
I think that was him that had an all-white truck.
Yeah, I think that is. I believe it was an all-white truck, but he's got a paint scheme, and it's it's a simple one, but you'll hear us talk about them all night. Paint schemes, me and Tanner have some things in common, but the most common thing we have between each other is the love for paint schemes. We get in here for hours. If you start talking about paint schemes with us, we'll be here for hours. As Dylan Hastings, I'm not sure if he's coming around for a second lap here. He's already top of the board, but let's see if he can get a little bit faster. As it looks like that one was actually slower. He's currently sitting on pole with a time of 52.105. As we got only 17 cars qualified right now, and that's another thing with these plate tracks. We talked about it last week. It's kind of a strategy between people. Would you rather qualify and risk starting mid-pack, or would you just want to start in the back and just hope you can avoid the wrecks?
Exactly right. Exactly right. I know you said last week that you kind of like being in the back. I feel like if I qualify, I end up in the hornet's nest right there in the middle of the pack. So it's usually best for me personally just to not even put a lap down. So that you see that a lot when it comes to these plate tracks. As we got a few new faces out here, and then we got some familiar faces. Chris McLean, last season's champion, is currently out on track. His first lap around this 2.5 mile speedway was a 52.92. As he's going to try to put that F-150 a little bit higher up on the board. He's currently sitting P20 as he's coming on the front stretch.
And you're saying you usually end up mid-pack right in the Hornets nest. That's where I end up. Actually, I'm going to just cut myself off. Chris McLean, top of the board with a 52.061.
If you don't think he don't know how to get around these super speedways, you are madly mistaken.
He knows how to get around.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, look at all the tracks that we broadcasted. We jumped into this series a little bit later in the season. We did get to call the playoffs, so I'm super thankful and grateful for that because the playoffs is when tempers tend to heat up, stress levels skyrocket, anxiety builds, and everybody's in go mode. And that's when we started calling this series, was when last season's playoffs began. And I didn't see Chris McLean have a bad race on any track we went to, so it's pretty impressive to see him go top of the board here because typically a plate track is basically just roulette. You're just spinning the wheel, hoping it lands on your number, is the way I look at it, kind of. But there is a lot of skill involved. It's just a different type of skill. As we have Aaron Adcock actually on track right now. His second lap around only put up a 52.35, so it was just a little bit slower than our fastest guys. Currently got him slotted for 22nd on the board. Hey,
That's a. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just looking for somebody in Discord to holler at. You just keep going.
All right, I was just gonna say, he may be sitting 22nd on the board right now, but for putting down a lap, if you're not up front, I would be okay with that. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
a plate track draft is key here. If you lose a draft, you're gonna go laps down if there's not a caution. But staying in the back, like I said, try to avoid the wrecks as they come, and draft is definitely gonna help him. I mean, pit strategy too is another thing. 60 laps here tonight. So he's starting deep in the field, yeah, but it's Daytona. It's a plate track, and you could come from the back to first in the last lap. So
Absolutely. As the track is currently has nobody on it, so I think the ones that have taken a lap are the only ones that are actually going to take one here tonight. I think the rest of them are just electing to start in the back, which is never a bad strategy coming in here, like we've already spoke about. We have the Peg Leg Award already front and center on the screen. I want to thank One Inch Designs for making us that really, really awesome logo. I mean, that just looks really cool, and I know Mr. Pegleg Feltz, he does a lot for these series. He's a fellow racer in these series. He actually called his first ever race with me last Monday night. You can go back and watch it on demand on our YouTube channel, Five Kings Motorsports, right here. But Pegleg did a great job in the booth. I was joined by him and Matt Rogers. So Matt's called 2 races with me. Very grateful to have surrounded by good company that wants to get up in here and try their hand at something new. And right now it's looking like the Peg Leg Pole Award is going to go to Chris McLean. He's currently live. I hate to pull somebody up when they're live because it's going to mess it up, but I got him up in the booth list right now. Champ, do you have a copy?
I got you.
So I'll apologize up front and say sorry because I saw you just went live, so I do apologize for that. But Chris, you have the middle name Champ on Discord for a reason. You had a fantastic end to the season last season. You brought home the trophy, the championship. Then you top that off by having a great clash race last week. Just had a little bit of shenanigans there late in the race. Wasn't able to actually get the victory, but you still finished up front, if I remember correctly. And then you put it on the pole here tonight. That's got to be a great momentum builder as we're looking into this season, going into the first points race.
Yeah, it is, man. Last week and a half, probably about 4 restrictor plate races throughout all the leagues I run, and I've always kind of got the same strategy: go, right around in the back and hang out and wait on the carnage, and then try to get up there. But I still get junked out of those, so I'm gonna get up there and try to race tonight and just let the cards fall where they may.
Chris, I see y'all going to grid. It's always a crapshoot. It's like playing Russian roulette. It's like you never know what strategy is really going to prevail. I like being up front. You're sitting shotgun right now. I mean, you have the control of the field, so you have no cars out your windshield. How do you plan to attack tonight as far as fuel strategy? And I mean, they don't come into play much here, but even tires also.
Yeah, that's like I said, less cars out the windshield, the better off I feel like I am, and it just don't get no fast repairs in most of the leagues, and I just like to ride around in the back and wait on it because I mean you can finish top half of the field if you just wait on them to wreck themselves out, but a couple of them we run for stage points and stuff, so you really got to get up there and battle at the stage breaks. So and I rode around in the back and every one of them and still got wrecked, and I get tired of doing that, so I'm gonna get up here and try to keep it out front and keep all the cars behind me as much as possible.
Right on, that's Chris McLean, driver of the number 5 Ford F-150 here tonight. Chris, y'all are starting to roll off the grid. Good luck to you tonight, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. That's a driver from the Poleman Motorsports camp. They got Aaron Adcock, Garrett Kendrick, Kyle Roberts, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, and Tracy Passons in the Discord group with them. And we said it last time, we'll say it this time. This is an awesome shot we're showing right here, too. But we said it last time, we're going to say it again. The draft at these super speedway tracks, it's so huge and it's vital. So you got to have some teammates as we're going to go through the grid really quick here, folks. Got Chris McLean, put it on the pole. Joseph Mohar is second. Dylan Hastings is third. Christopher Heights is fourth. And then we have Garrett Kendrick starting in P5.
Starting in P6, we have Kevin Hassey. 7th is Anthony McPherson. 8th is David Hurt. 9th is Kyle Roberts. And rounding out the top 10 is Eric Burkhalter.
Then starting in the 11th place spot is Todd Shajult from Dirt Afflictions. Jonah Colbert, JC Motorsports in the number 31. He's starting P12. And then in 13th, we have Charlie Gates Jr. Eddie Smith is 14th. Tracy Passon's 15th. Alan Smith 16th. Zach Scott 17th. Evan Bushbosher is 18th. Trevor Burge, he made a graphic for us. Thank you for that. He's 19th. And then Mr. Pegleg, Poleman himself, starting 20th. Chris Bedwell is 21st. Aaron Adcock's 22nd. Chris Pogard, driver number 77. He'll be starting 23rd. Aaron Matthews 24th. Aiden Schultz 25th. And Paul Cox is 26th. And if we missed anybody else, Mike Veith, Mickey Isaac, and that's everybody. And we're going green. A lot of drivers, 30 trucks as the green flag flies.
That is in the 46. Joseph Mahar gets a great jump to the outside, and you know the 21. Sorry, he's getting a pretty good push from the 21 of Christopher Heights. But that inside lane is going to have a great run through the corner. As actually the 46, Joseph Mahar jumps down in front of Chris McLean and takes the lead early on and coming out of turn 2.
It's looking as if that 46 Ford F-150 wants to be out front. We heard our poster, Chris McLean. He won the Peg Leg Pole Award here tonight. He wanted to be front and center out front. 46 jumped down, got the momentum needed on the restart, and he's currently leading that bottom lane with a 21 of Christopher Heights. Had a brain fart right then. On the outside with the 3 right there behind him. I really like that 3 of Kevin Hasey too, or Hassey, however how you pronounce it. I do apologize.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say we want to apologize for mispronounced names. We're both not the best with names, but we're trying our best. These guys are double file battling it out at the front of the field, and actually throughout like the top. I don't even know how many.
About the top 20, really. About like the top 20 are still trying to duke it out, get in where they fit in, and now. We call these league races, and I've seen a few plate races in the last 3 or 4 weeks or so, and it seems like every league's different. Some leagues, they get out here and they go double file, and they ride like this forever, it seems like. Other leagues, they go single file. You see the 21, he's coming down. That's what they're going to get to, and they're double file like this. One slight hiccup is all it takes, and you could have calamity at the front of the pack. We saw it last week with the Clash. Like, when we went on board with one of these drivers earlier, as we're actually going to jump on board with Garrett Kendrick, the driver number 13 Ford F-150 here tonight. He's not really all that close, but still, you can still understand that when you're right here in a pack like this, if a car does break loose, go sideways, 1, you're not going to know it. 2, you got a 50-50 shot playing Russian roulette on where to go, and you just hope you guess the right direction. Oh, and add on top of that, you're going 190 miles per hour also.
Yeah, it's difficult to see out of these cars. You could see just some smoke in front of you, and at that point, you kind of just hope you're in the right position because, like you said, you can't really see much. So it's just kind of, like you said, Russian roulette is a great way to put it. As we're watching, these guys are still double filing, and that 21, he's not giving up on that outside. He actually is getting a run kind of right now. He's working his way back up about even with Chris McLean. He's going to lose it going into turn 1.
He done this during the Clash last week. I can't remember a lot because we do call so many different races. But I remember the 21 holding down that outside lane a lot. So I think he's really comfortable up for a side drive. And you see Chris McLean say, hey, hold up, wait a second. I'm jumping up top. It looked like the inside lane was going to have more cars. And then just one change of the camera flipped and then come back and the whole outside lane is now formed up. So If I'm riding right here, I want to be. Ooh, look at the 46 kind of bobbles a little bit. May have been some bump draft right then. That's something else, guys. We're on lap 4 of 60. These trucks, they don't line up perfect between the nose and the rear end. So if you bump draft somebody, you got to hit them flush. You got to hit them as straight as possible. Because if not, you're just going to shoot that truck off in front of you like a pinball. So you got to be really careful and mindful of that. But like I said, 60 lap race. We're on lap number 5. I would think by like lap 45 to 50, gloves come off and you're going to see some pushing and shoving. That's when accidents can and will happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, gloves come off with 10 to go, and you're at that point. You're in go mode. You don't really care. You're going to the front, trying to get as many positions as you can. And as we were talking about draft right there, I just want to touch on if these guys. You see how close they are on that outside lane and even the inside lane. They're tucked up right behind people, or right behind the person in front of them, and you got to watch those temps. If your temps get up too high, you could blow your engine just because you don't have the clean air, or actually any air going to the front of the nose of the car into the engine.
And also, like you just mentioned, when you're side by side like that, nose to tail, you'll see the 21 really. Christopher Heights, he was doing it pretty aggressively a while ago, and it's ballsy. It's a risk to go down there and try to side draft that car on your inside. That's really the best way for the outside lane to actually keep the momentum needed to fight off that inside lane. As you see them, they're going to go down there. That outside lane is going to go all the way down and almost kiss that quarter panel on the truck next to them on the inside. And man, we're going to say it a bunch tonight. This is Super Speedway Racing. It's Russian roulette. You just got to hope that guy don't bobble just a little bit, because you can manipulate these trucks around you with the air. And I think that's what we saw earlier with the 46. Whenever he bobbled a little bit, if that wasn't a bump draft, it was just the air simply pushing that truck around.
Yeah, we just saw our favorite little behind-the-scene, off-track action of the plane flying by, but Chris McLean decided it was enough for him on the outside. He's going back down to the bottom. He's just working every lane he can to maintain.
I just feel like on that outside lane, you're just in a box up there. If something is to happen, you got a legit wall on your outside, and then you got a wall of cars on your inside. So I agree with Chris McLean to jump down low. At least you have a little bit of wiggle room if stuff does go south.
Yeah, and when we're talking about racing, usually you think of short tracks. You know, you're on the outside, you get a better run off the corners. But even here, if you get lined up on the outside and have a good line with a bunch of tight drivers, you still do get that run off the corner, even though it's such a long track, and you still will lose a little bit of time going into the corner, as Chris McLean bobbles a little bit right there. But you still, like I said, you get that run on the outside, and if you can get a good enough push, that could push you straight to the lead. As we might even see it right here.
Oh yeah, look, he's shoving that outside lane of the Blue Otter Hastings machine, #1 machine right there, and it just shows right there. They came off turn number 4, got to the tri-oval, and they had the momentum needed. But we're going to see if there's any contact between these trucks. He's getting right there to his back bumper, and that's what you got to be careful of right there. I mean, I would think he's touching him right now.
Yeah, it looks like
no, now he is. Now he is for sure.
Right there.
Yeah, you seen the one bobble. The one kind of got loose, and look what it did to the 21. It really hurt the 21 also. And you see Chris McLean actually hit the apron a little bit right there. Got to be so laser focused on these type plate tracks right here, because you have people all around you, and it's so easy to get zoned out because, folks, they're wide open. Now, you do either, some people approach it differently. You either lift out a little bit to not hit the guy in front of you due to the draft, or you just drag your brake. So, it's not just wide open all the time, but you can get put in a daze here, especially if you're on the inside line. If you're just watching that yellow line, it can seriously hypnotize you, it feels like. And gotta be laser focused. That's why I keep me some raised energy right next to me at all times to make sure I'm alert and focused. But still, even that, I still can't finish a plate race.
I'm with you right there. Plate racing is, like you said, you don't lift that much unless you're in the pack. But sometimes I forget to blink. I'm so focused when I'm in these races, I forget to blink, and I'll be sitting here and my eyes will start burning. And That's and another thing, as we're talking about lifting, that's pit strategy too. If you're lifting out and you're not full throttle constantly, you will save more fuel than the guys up front that are leading the train going full throttle around the entire track.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt, as we're now coming to lap number 11, and these boys have not, or coming to lap number 12, excuse me, I was watching the broadcast. As Chris McLean dives way down, I think he said, all right, boys, I've had enough. Y'all can do whatever you want to do, but I'm going to the back. Did not like what he's seen anymore, and Garrett Kinder is joining him. Both them drivers elected to go far, far to the back. They did not like what they were seeing up there. Maybe a little bit too much pushing and shoving. Some Pole Man Motorsports right there. They're going to get linked up. And I see Tracy Passons in the 53. Yeah, I think they just fell back to their teammates. As I think Mr. Adcock got him a new ride. Yes, he did indeed. It's a yellow machine this time, Jason.
Oh man, where's it? There's nobody with a green car like that anymore, man.
That's a good thing, not a bad thing.
I mean, for you, I like green.
Yeah, that's still a good-looking car. As I wish the cameras would work with me here, but of course they won't.
That's some bright sun right there. That's blinding.
As we're going to give an update on everybody real quick, Dylan Hastings, he started in third. He's worked his way up to first as the front pack. Once Chris McLean, Garrett Kinder got out of there, they've single filed out to the top 6. So Dylan Hastings gained 2 spots when they gridded. Joseph Mohar, we saw him jump down and take the lead for a little bit, but he's now running P2 where he started. David Hurt, he's gained 5 spots. Kevin Hastings gained 2. Christopher Heights, he's lost a spot, sitting 5th. Kyle Robertson, the 35 Ford F-150, he's gained 3 spots when they gridded, currently running 6th. Kai Shajult, 7th. And listen to this, and I know he has some fans in the stream. That 9 car, Mike Veith, I want you to really listen to me when I say this. That driver has gained 22 spots from the time they went to the grid. So if you don't think he's moving forward, you are madly mistaken.
That's impressive. 22 spots, and it's not easy to really pass anybody here.
Absolutely not. I don't understand how he did it. I'm flabbergasted. Don't know how he did it.
I don't know how to say. I don't know what to say either. That's impressive.
Then we got Zach Scott currently in the 8th place spot. He's gained 9 spots, so he's kind of been riding with Mike Veith. And then Evan Bushbasher, he's gained 10 spots. He's currently sitting in the 8th place spot as they're starting to jump around a little bit. And then you got to jump back a little bit to find your other usuals. They're kind of holding down a different pack back here, but I am on Eddie Smith right now. Eddie Smith, he was a contender for the last season's championship. That number 87 Tide machine. He's currently running in P16. And I'm trying to find the hair. So look where Chris McLean went. If you think these boys ain't on a strategy together, then you're madly mistaken again, because Chris McLean went from the very front, fell back here to his Pole Man Motorsports camp. And you got Chris McLean, Aaron Buzzard. I'm trying to see who's leading this pack. Chris Bedwell, the 95 Toyota Tundra machine, is actually leading this pack. Or no, he's not either. Chris Prager, excuse me, in the Ford F-150 is leading this pack. So they're trying a little bit different strategy. They're letting that front pack get a little bit out away from them to ensure they get enough time to dodge the calamity that may happen. It's just a... Go ahead.
I just want to say, we're talking about how they drop back to their teammates. I'm kind of wondering if they did that so when they do have to pit, if it's under green flag, they're all bunched together so they can work together to try to gain the time that they lose. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, because I think they run 100% fuel on super speedways, but I'm not 100% correct on that. But I'm almost positive I am, as we have some people in the chat. Nick V said, "Attaboy, old man," talking about Mike V gaining 22 spots from when he gridded. Then he said, "Let's go beat boys." Kevin Kinder, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you out there in the chat. He said, "Hello, y'all." And then Ratchet Miller, one of my favorite people to hit the YouTube comments, said, "Let's go, number 13, get her done."
Yeah, Ratchet Miller was some great entertainment for the comment section last week. And over here on the Facebook side, Daniel Holdcroft said, "Go get him, Joe." So I'm wondering if he's talking about, if you're still in here, Daniel, are you talking about Joseph Mahar?
I think so. That's the only Joe that I am seeing right now. As Zach Scott just went down pit road and came off pit road, had a 14-second stop. Maybe fuel is starting to come into play, but I thought they had 100% fuel. 17 laps don't sound like that much.
I'm wondering if he maybe had damage and had to go in and
I'm not
get
seeing
that
anything. It
checked on.
says he went from running 21st to just jumping down pit road. Maybe he wrecked down pit road. I'm not sure. If you would, Jason, do me a favor. Jump down to Poleman Motorsports and see what the fuel range is, and then come back up here and you can let us know.
All right, I'm gonna go invade their channel as they're racing. I will be back.
It's just a simple question. Broadcasting broadcasting stuff. And you see this front pack right now, they're starting to get a little dicey. They're going back to double foul. They're going to try to get back up there. You see the 52 of Aiden Schultz. It's a very good looking truck. It actually won my best paint of the week last week. I love the patriotic looking schemes. Aiden Schultz is currently leading that outside lane. Got is that Alex V? Yes, it is. Alex Veith, one of the Veith boys out here from Dark Horse Motorsports. He's trying to push that 52 up there, and you got a 55 on the outside, and then that 28. So they are trying to get in where they fit in, but they're trying to make the fit more towards the front, and I applaud them for that. As we're coming to lap number 19 this time by the stripe, we're almost a third way done with this race, folks. I want to thank y'all once again for tuning in.
I am back with some news that they only have about 15 laps left in this tank.
So they can go about 35 laps or so.
Yeah, right in that range.
Alrighty, so that's something to keep our eyes on and have a look and see moment whenever they get a little bit closer. As okay, Mike V disappeared for a minute and then started falling backwards. I thought maybe we had an incident, but sorry, Dick, I didn't mean to scare you, but it scared me also because I like seeing big movers like that, especially on a track like this. As I think we're about to start seeing. Never mind. It looked like they were setting up to come down pit road right there.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come down pit road too. He actually has some right side damage on that truck. If you look at the right side door panel on that number 9 machine.
So let's just see if we can get that where we can see it. As we're not going to be able to. On the right side, you said?
It's like, yep, right there.
Yep, you can
You can see right there.
That's either from another truck that we're not seeing, or from the wall. That almost looks like wall contact, though.
I mean, it's on the door, so it shouldn't affect him at all. But I just noticed that as he drove by, it kind of caught my eye.
As Ratchet Miller says, enjoy y'all own. Enjoy when y'all are calling the race. You fellas do an awesome job. Ratchet Miller, what I need you to do, get a headset. I can tell you have some great personality, great comedy relief. I need you to get up in the booth with us one night.
That would be awesome.
If your commentary is anything like your comments from last week, you'd be spot on.
I don't think I'd be able to commentate.
I'd be mute. I'd be muted the whole time because I'd be in
I think I would
tears.
just be laughing.
As it's still Dylan Hastings out front, number 1 machine, Ford F-150 up 2 spots. I'm noticing a lot of Fords out here in this field. As I'm going to do a little quick count while you call the race.
All right, he's gonna go along with counting as we see. They're kind of starting a single file out, but that 21 of Christopher Heights is still he's not giving up with that outside lane. He's determined. As I'm hearing they're wrecking as a caution is out on the speedway.
I just got to count the Fords too. We had 12 Fords out there. I was going to see how many more we had. I'm seeing, oh, no. Say it ain't so. Say it's not so. Nick Veith, I want you to close your eyes real quick, butter, because we're about to have to show something that I do not want no part of. Go back on board with Anthony McPherson right here. Oh, it looks like... Oh, my goodness gracious.
Okay, he's all right. We need to start a turn 4.
Nick Veith, I want you to phone your dad, Mike, real quick and make sure he's okay after that because, oh my gosh, that was wild. I just want to go cockpit cam and then we'll commentate the wreck here in just a second.
Wow, he flipped like 10 times. That's, wow, okay.
Alrighty, alright, so it looks like, honestly right here, it looks like one of the things where Mike just kind of lost focus a little bit, went up the track, It looked like he bounced off the 55, and we just got into it late. Goes down the apron, tries to save it, and then, like we said earlier, folks, you're going 190, sometimes a little bit faster when you're in the draft. As heads up driving by everybody else, nobody else got involved in that. But Anthony McPherson and Mike Beef.
As Derek Paulson's in chat, he says death, and that is 100% correct. I see he flipped up into the catch fence, and I did like, I'm gonna call a skateboard move. He did like 30 kick flips.
Yeah, that was insane right there. As boy howdy, that was wild. It's what Nick B said in the chat. Thank goodness they have a faster pair in their pocket as we got a very busy pit road here now. Our leaders just brought it down as everybody has brought it
Oh,
down.
they're wrecking on pit road.
Who?
The 71 just got turned.
What?
As he's backing into his pit box.
What? I'm trying to find it. 71. Oh my goodness gracious.
It looked like Eddie Smith was trying to pull into his box. As we're gonna rewind it here, it looked like Eddie Smith was trying to pull into his box.
I didn't know we could do this. I've never tried this before.
I didn't know you could wreck on pit road like that.
See, they're coming down pit road. Jonah Colbert's on his outside. If you're not in the boxes, you can be hit. Oh, Eddie Smith just tries to get to his box. 71 and Bocarter was just riding on the left side trying to get to his box. As I'm not sure, will iRacing change your tires if you're backwards on here? I know you can do it in real life.
I don't think so. Nope. As they're seeing, he's having a turn around here.
Oh, tough break. Luckily for him, the track's big enough where he should not go a lap down as we watch the ticker up top to see. A shout out to last week's winner, Charles Stevens Jr. He's currently sitting 21st. He rode in the back for a long time last week too, but he got up there when it counted the most. As it looks like the number 71 of Burkhalter will not go a lap down.
It looks like he used a faster pair too. He had some. If we can get a better shot when we see him again, as we see that 19 coming down pit road now, separated from the group.
He did not pit with the rest of the field. He was the only driver that stayed out right then. So maybe he tried to just get him a lap lead. And now let's see if that number 71 did get his machine fixed. The right side is the one that had damage. I think he did.
It looks like he did.
Is it just switched that camera for whatever? Oh yeah, he definitely used a faster pair. As Bullcalter Recycling and Demolition, they are a sponsor for them series. Check them out on Facebook.
Yeah, they are the presenting sponsor of the Hard Charger Award.
And right now, if we had to give it out like it is right now, how they run, it would go to Mr. Aiden Schultz, driver number 52. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Now, if you're one of these guys that was up towards the front, or timeout, let me ask this. If you're just one of them guys that was riding off the pack, that caution was the last thing you wanted to see probably right then, right? Except for the fact that you did need fuel, but still, now you're right back up there with that pack yet again.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, like I said, if that was, like I say, at the pit on under green flag, but like you said, they're bunched back up, and you know, we say it usually every week, not in this series or plate tracks in general, but cautions do breed cautions, and let's hope that doesn't happen, because obviously we don't want to see a big wreck, but as that's definitely something to watch for, as these guys are all bunched back up, and that pace car takes a wicked hard left turn down onto pit road as the green flag is out. You see, they're pretty even right now, actually. Is there no driver got a better jump than the other one? Is they're still side by side, and Joseph Mahar, he's hanging tough on that outside, as he actually might edge ahead here in turn 2, but he's gonna lose it. Turn 1, sorry, and he's gonna lose it on the entry. As we saw a car come off pit road right there.
That was Anthony McPherson, the driver that was actually involved in that crash with Mike B. Basically wrong place at the wrong time, but that restart was wicked. Like, they literally looked like they fired off at the exact same time. Just the inside lane prevailed, shorter distance around the track.
Yeah, that was a pretty good, pretty close restart. And Look at this, Christopher Heights. He's devoted to that outside, man. He's been up there all night.
He was there all last week too. He makes that high side work. He's the high side boy wonder in that 21, trying to push the 46 out front. How often do you see the outside lane actually contend for the lead when there's only two of them versus a long line of cars? We see the 16 actually pull his best David Copperfield right there and kind of blinked out for a minute, disappearing act.
You usually never see anybody contend with less cars on the outside. It's usually always inside. It prevails when there's not a lot of cars. But there's two on the outside, and they are still hanging up there side by side with the second and third place car.
The 46 of Joseph, he really isn't side drafting all that hard. Now, we'll see the 21. I want y'all to watch the 21 next time down the front stretch. Not really through the trial, but next time on the back stretch, I want y'all to watch how the 21 side drafts. It looks like he may think about going 3 wide, as now the outside lane is starting to get organized, has about 5 cars lined up. That's when they're going to be able to push that 46 back out front, but I don't know if they're going to have the momentum to clear. Dylan Hastings up in that number 1 machine out front right now. But still, watch that 21 as we come on the backstretch right here. He is not afraid to side draft. Now, he won't do it this time, I'm sure, because I mentioned it on broadcast as the camera changes. Of course it does. You can't really see. Didn't really do it that time.
Change, I'm going to cut you off real quick because the camera change is 16 of David Hurt jumped out from the inside lane up to the outside, and he's out front now. I
didn't even notice that. I was over here looking at my camera, seeing which one I could go to. As yes, he did indeed. Challenging the 1 car. They're going to be drag racing this time off 4s. They're coming through the tri-oval right here. Who's going to have the advantage at the stripe? Scoring and timing. Timing told me David Hurt got it that time around.
That was really close. If we had to judge that, I don't know who I would say had the lead right there. That was super close. They were basically dead even.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to be the one to judge that, and I definitely wouldn't have to be the one to deliver the news to the drivers on who did win that one right there, because that one was a dead heat, side-by-side, drag racing street outlaw style.
Hey, man, that's a great show as we were talking about street outlaws right there. The 16 is clear, but I was going to say he doesn't drop down, and he just did. He did it before I could even get the words out of my mouth.
So he jumped out. He was pushing the 1 car. He jumped out in front of the 46, used the 46 as a draft partner for just about half a lap's all it took. He was able to jump down in front of the 1. Now the 46 and the 21, they're side drafting pretty aggressively. Man, it scares me. You got to be so careful. All it takes, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, it takes just one mishap, one little glimpse of right there, makes slight contact right there as we just saw. And I'm not sure if they actually did hit or not, but man, oh man, if they didn't, they got close enough where they both don't want to reenact that one.
That was super close. The 16 is
getting a little squirrely.
I don't even want to say it's the 16. I think these guys are just getting racy about the halfway point.
That's a great possibility as we're going to go this one right here, see if they're doing a little bump as we see. We know the 21 car. I just got the hiccups mid-sentence. 21 car, he is not afraid to be aggressive on these super speedways. That's not a knock. That's a good thing. If you want to win these races, you got to be aggressive. As I'm almost positive that Christopher Heights did win a super speedway race last season. I could go back and look on Discord to make sure.
I am trying to look right now. I don't know where to.
Told me in the broadcast media just last week. Looking myself as well. It wouldn't have been that far back when he told me. So while he's looking to see if he can find that, it was either Heights or Heiner. I can't remember. I think
he won in one of the super speedway races last season.
As you see, a big checkup right there. That's what I'm talking about, folks. You can't just stay wide open because the inside lane, outside lane, vice versa, don't matter. There will be checkups that happen. As we just saw right then, 21 had to get completely off the throttle. So he did not hit the 46. Now he's going to air it out. He's going to the outside of the 46. 46 jumps down in front of David Hurt, number 16. That 1 truck, though, he's been one constant all night. He's still got that number 1 Ford F-150 sitting out front and sitting pretty. As I think now will be as good a time as ever. I don't think these boys are going to bring another caution if I knock on wood. Let's do the 1-inch designs. Best paint scheme of the night. Jason Raymond, I already know you got your pick. Who do you got for me tonight, brother?
I got the 31 truck of Jonah Colbert. You see him right there. It's hard to see because the cameras are so far away, but it's a pretty, like, it's a Halloween themed paint scheme, I believe. It's kind of, I don't know what it's based off of, but I just think it's unique and pretty cool looking.
Hooten Hollers.
So yeah, I'm not sure if that is a Halloween paint scheme, but
It
either way,
is.
you got the trees.
I think it
I think
is.
it's a spec map trees too, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good looking ride for the 1-inch Designs best paint scheme of the night. As I gotta do something really quick. Just keep talking.
As we're looking, we're actually riding on the roof of Jonah Colbert right here. This is a good shot to see. Heavy checkup right there, as you saw the 21 on the outside up ahead of all of us, up ahead of the camera. There's a lap car coming up too, so that's another thing that's going to play effect. Where does the lap car go? I would assume he's going to go way up to the wall, but you never know. He could go way down to the bottom, and that could disturb some of these guys' speed. As we're seeing, the inside lane looks like it's starting to gain some more momentum. As we're gonna look here and see where his lap car decides to go. So he's actually right in the middle of the racing surface right now. He moves up high, so that's good. And they're gonna go 3 wide. This is where it gets sketchy. You know, you got the lap car to the outside, and then these guys are all racing for position. And 3 wide, it's possible. Obviously, it's a big wide track, but it still definitely isn't something you want to necessarily be doing.
Not as we now have the 1-inch Designs. Justin Miller got his logo up there front and center right now on the broadcast. You need a paint scheme done, look up 1-inch Designs on Facebook. And now it's time for me to pick my favorite paint, as I was doing technical stuff behind the scenes. Gotta find us a paint scheme. As we see, it's gonna be a tough one, man. It's always tough. I hate this part of the night, but I love it too. As now, hold on, wait, we can get a good shot of the 17 as it flies by right here as well. That 17's a good looking truck. Alrighty, let's see. I'm gonna give it to the 95 of Chris Bedwell right there. That's it's not a green. Is it a yellow, you would say? It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can get a little closer.
Yeah, I would call it.
Yeah, that's more of a yellow.
It's like a lime. Not even a lime. I don't even know what to classify that as. Highlighter. We'll call it highlighter.
Alright, yeah. A highlighter yellow. That's yellow. We'll call it yellow tonight. That's a good looking truck. So my 1-inch Designs best paint scheme of the night. Chris Bedwell, driver number 95. And Jason Raymond went with the 31 of Jonah Colbert, who's currently on the outside, running the 7th spot, trying to push that 00 of Todd Sejolt up to the back bumper at 87, which in turn is going to push the 21 of Christopher Heights. Man, oh man, it's starting to get dicey now, folks, as we are over halfway to go in this race. Going to be 25 to go this time when they pass the line.
As we got Tyler Johnson over here in the Facebook chat saying that 88's going to win it. He definitely, he's towards the back right now. Caution is out on the speedway.
Ooh, caution is out on the speedway. So, Tyler Johnson, funny you say that, because the 88 won the Clash last week. As Ratchet Miller says, they're doing some great racing, but wait for the big one. So let's see if that's what happened here as we get our stuff straightened out. As I'm seeing, Paul Cox was the one that went around. 5 cars right here in the pack, so. Ooh, so I don't want to speculate or anything. Looks like Aaron just kind of got a run right here in the number 4. And, ooh, just like, we're going to go cockpit cam with Aaron right here, so let's get it ready. It's fine.
As we're going to see, yeah, it looks like they were
oh, that's. That would.
I don't even know how to call that.
I don't think. I truly think Netco got them right there. I don't think those trucks really hit.
From the end car like it did. As Derek Paulson says death again once in the chat. He's just gonna be silent until the wrecks happen, and he's just gonna say death.
He's never gonna speak, but he's gonna come out every once in a while when he sees somebody flip and say death. All right, folks, 24 laps to go. Second caution of this 60-lap race here tonight. These boys have been doing a fantastic job around this 2.5-mile speedway. Got 142,000 virtual fans packed in to see the finish of this race. Hope you are having a good time at home. But now, this is when it starts to get down to the nitty gritty. What do? Do you have to go in and get fuel here? What's the right call to make? Do you go get tires? It's a chess game. You gotta play chess now. Will teammates get linked up? We're gonna find out whenever we see that pace car make that hard left-hand turn, and it makes a very abrupt hard left-hand turn when it turns off. As it looks like we're gonna have a very busy pit road, so that shows me these drivers do not have enough fuel. Now, Jason, if you would, I'm gonna allow you to pull a driver up and speak to them, but please do it after you see them get out of their pit box. That way we're not interfering with them. Look at that guy's pit sign. One of them is a carrot. The other one says, whoa. There's a carrot right there. The carrot is on the purple car of Joseph Mahar, so that's pretty hilarious.
You know, you gotta make your pit sign unique. You know, you gotta know what you're
You
looking
had
for.
Elmo. That's the only reason why you said that. You used Elmo, for
Hey,
Christ's sake.
man. And who else is gonna put Elmo on their pit sign?
Rest assured when I say nobody.
As I'm gonna see here, let me try to see.
Race off pit road. Dylan Hastings won it.
I gotta see who's off pit road and try to see who's in.
You're
the
good now. Full
chat
invite.
as well. All right, let me see. I just want to see where people are running at so I can get a. All right, let me see if I can find him. I got a driver in mind. I just gotta see if I can find him. And I cannot find him. All right.
As Ratchet Miller says in the chat, as you're looking, that 9 truck can't catch a break. He can't, Ratchet. He really can't. Put it up there towards the front. Gained 22 spots in 12 laps here at Talladega or Daytona. Same thing. We'll just call it whatever. So that's pretty impressive. As Jason Raymond should have him somebody now. Hopefully. Nope, it's just me and him still.
I'm here. He comes. Aaron, this is Jason and Tanner up in the Five Kings Network booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, guys, I got you.
So, you know, we talked to you last week, and you said you were just gonna kind of hang out and just let the wrecks happen, and then come to the front towards the end. Is that the same strategy tonight? Just kind of hang around and just hope it comes your way?
Yeah, all the guys on the team wanted to know what we needed to do at about qualifying and everything, and I told them to do what they felt like they wanted to do and needed to do, and it got a little squirrely up front, and they decided that it was best to back out. So we all come to the back and kind of hooked up and was riding around, and we were actually getting ready to do a green flag pit stop and really try to get separated from the field. And we was going to try to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as long as we could, and hopefully we was going to be able to be the leaders, but it didn't work out like that. Caution come out, and we all had to come down pit road. So we'll be going to the front now.
That sounds good, and we'll be here calling the action. Hopefully, talking to you at the end. And before I let you go, we just gotta say that's a nice truck you got there, but I missed the green, man.
Yeah, I got a little something up my sleeve. It's just gonna be a surprise. It's gonna just happen. I'm not gonna let anybody know it. You'll see it one day.
He's going pink. I can tell now. He didn't say no.
We'll let you get back down to your team, and hopefully be
All
talking
right,
to you at
guys,
the end.
appreciate it.
Yep, thank you, Aaron. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
So you heard that caution right there. Kind of put a little bit of a halt on their plans, but it could actually help them in the long run. If we saw them actually elect to come down pit road and top off right there, field's going to be in the hands of Dylan Hastings. That one truck, 46, and Joseph Mohar from Orange Park, Florida, is firing off on the outside, road number 1.
The green flag is out, and they get a pretty even start. The one got a little bit better of a
little
jump
better
there,
that time. A little bit better, but yeah.
Gonna file down and see inside, and look at this. Christopher Heights is on the inside.
Oh
This is
my
the first time
goodness.
he's on the inside all night.
He's probably spazzing out right now. He don't know what to do with himself.
Let's see if he jumps out here.
Oh,
and go to the outside.
It's not a matter of if he does. It's a matter of when he does. That 21 is jumping to the outside at some point right here. He won't do a full lap down low. I don't care what nobody says. He won't do it.
There he goes.
Not yet.
Yep,
Told you. He can't do it. He can't do it. I love it.
Down the back stretch.
He can't do a full lap down low, and that's how you win these races. Though you gotta have the no fear mentality like that 21 of Christopher Heights has, and man, oh man, I love it.
Yeah, that's a. I think he's the only driver that has willingly run the outside the whole I, he hasn't been on the inside for a full lap the whole race, so he must be willingly run the outside. There's no question about that one.
As the outside lane looks like it's, well, as soon as I started saying that, it wasn't. Like I said, the outside lane actually looks to be more organized than the inside lane. So we just talked to Aaron Adcock. He said now it's time to start making their way up to the front. He's currently running 24th and a little bit of ways off the pack right here. I'm not sure what happened there as we're coming to 20 laps to go. Going to be 19 to go as they pass the stripe this time around.
You know, he did just pit, so I'm wondering if maybe he was just catching the tail end of the field when they
That's
went
possible.
green.
That is absolutely possible. As it looks like we got a 3-wide move towards the middle of the pack for about 4th or 5th place. Got the 52 of Aiden Schultz in no man's land right now. No help out the back, no help out the front, and it's getting tight here. This isn't Talladega. This track is not nearly as wide as they are at the track is at Dega. Got to be really careful, especially if you're in that middle lane. It looks like Christopher Heights kind of backed out of it, did him a favor. As Christopher Heights, he's going backwards now in that 21 machine.
I mean, he's really running the outside now.
He could reach out there and rip a finger off by touching the wall. You got to be careful up there. Getting them marbles, all that dirt and all that grit. Most of it, with the banks being this high, the banking, most of it does go down on the apron. But can and will still throw some what they call marbles up there. And what's marbles? It's just old used rubber. It's dirt. It's grit. Basically anything and everything you can think of that you would not want on a hot tire that picks up everything because it's hot and sticky. Get up there next to that wall like that when nobody has ran it, nobody's cleaned it off. It can smell doom and gloom up there.
Yeah, sorry, I was just
Zoned out.
my mic for a second, but I had to mute my mic for a second. And you were mentioning the banking. Oh, it was the banking.
Oh, we're gonna have a big wreck. 31 of John Colbert's in it, getting spun right now. Look like the 19 was also in it. Chris McLean made it through, no harm, no foul. As we're going to, don't tell me anybody wrecked. I hate SDK. Hell, we're not going to be able to get a shot of it, folks. I do not.
And I just wanted, as we were trying to find the wreck here, he mentioned the banking. They're racing on 31 degrees of banking, and that's pretty steep. As we're trying to get a good look here. As we're gonna rewind, there we go. We got a new feature. We figured out something new.
It's still not going to show us a whole lot.
Does it look like maybe the 31 got a little squirrely? Let me see here.
Going back a little bit further so I can get the camera's angle right. All right, let's see as they're coming out turn number 2 right here. Everybody's looking fairly good. Guys, I think the 31 may have had a little bit of help right then, guys.
I think he got a little push.
Oh yeah,
And
and
engine.
Christopher Heights was maybe pushing a little bit too hard right here. See, whenever his car clips inside of this truck, that front bumper goes into the rear bumper.
Yeah,
That's the bump drafting. That's the bump drafting
square.
we talked about.
It looks like it hit him a little bit off square and it sent him around. And that, like you said, that's the bump drafting we were talking about. You have to hit these guys perfectly square because different manufacturers with different noses and rear bumpers, they don't all line up the best together.
Not at all. I mean, they just. Some of them are pointy, some of them are completely straight up and down flush, and I've even noticed like Chevys on Chevys. It's like the front bumper don't align with the rear bumper, so it's just really dangerous bump drafting in these. Now, some of the cars on iRacing you can do it. You got to be careful, of course, but you can do it. We see that 77 down on pit road. Chris McLean brought his machine down pit road. Donna Colbert, of course, we see him as we're looking at everything else. And then Alan Smith, the 54, and Chris Prager, 77. Already talked to him. So 5 drivers on pit road right now. And Mike Veith. But I think Mike Veith, I think he indeed parked that machine a while ago because he's showing us now 8 laps down.
Yeah, I think he got caught up in that last wreck, and I think he was already out of his fast repair from the earlier wreck. So heartbreaker to his. That's his race. That's definitely not the way you want to start the brand new season here.
Hey, I forgot a while ago I was counting. So we had 12 Fords, right? Jason's going to talk now as we're going to see how many Yodas we have in here.
And yeah, we like you said, we had 12 Fords. As we're looking at the one truck, he's been out front almost all night, and I don't want to jinx it, but he's looking pretty strong here. I'm knocking on the wood for him because broadcaster curse is real. I don't care what anyone says. That is real. As we see the 52, this might be the. Well, let me see where he started. I think he started.
52.
He started 25th.
Yep. He's up 23 spots right now. So there's 4 Toyotas in the field. 3 of them is up inside the top 5. And then with the Chevys, we have.
He's gonna go along and count that. I'm just
14 Chevys out here. So 12 Fords, 14 Chevys, and only 4 Yodas. Them old cheating Toyotas.
I was gonna give some track facts as you were counting those.
Well, let's hear them.
Too quick. All right. Well, just Daytona construction was first started in 1957, which was 64 years ago, and the track was actually first opened up in 1959 to race fans and drivers. And we already know this. We talked about it. The banking is 31 degrees in the turns. It's a tri-oval with a distance of 2.5 miles. So I think Talladega is a little bit longer.
A little bit.
Definitely the second longest track on the NASCAR circuit.
As you see them, they're lined back up, double file. They got to go down this long back stretch, and then they're going to be back green flag racing. Barney Fife Jr. already has a green in his hand, waiting to wave it. Folks, out there in viewer land, as me and Jason always like to say, who do you got here tonight? We've seen this one truck of Hastings be out front for a long time tonight. But don't count that 46, that pink machine firing off P3 inside row number 2. He's also been up front all night. Aiden Schultz, he's been running about 5th or 6th. He's finally put himself out in a great position to capitalize on a good restart. Who do we got in the chat? And then you can never count out the likes of Eddie freaking Smith. He's starting 7th. All you got to do in order to win this race is be there at the end. We saw Charles Stevens. He was running 7th. It may have been 9th, actually. It was 7th or 9th as he entered turn 3 last week for the Clash. And he exited turn 4 with the lead. So all you got to do is be out there as that pace car makes that weird left-hand turn. Phil's in control of Dylan Hastings on the inside lane. Outside lane gets a better jump, though, I do believe. They're drag racing right here as they're going down into turn number 1.
A pretty even, as there's a pretty big gap from the 3rd to 4th row on the inside. I'm not sure if maybe that truck on the inside is down on power, but there's a pretty big gap, and we're going to see if the outside lane can take advantage of the separation and the draft on the inside lane.
It does not look like that. I can't tell the numbers. That 25, 35. Who is that?
I think it's 35.
35 of Kyle Roberts. I think that almost looked like maybe he missed a shift. Because like he fell back pretty hard right then. Luckily for him, he had that 13 Mobile 1 of Kinder firing off right there behind him. You know, Kinder, it's go time. As Kevin Kinder in the chat just mentioned, it's time to find you a partner and go to the front. And that's what you're doing right now. That's what these guys, I promise you, if we was to jump inside one of their team chats right now, they're communicating. Where are you at on the track? Where do you want to go? You let me know when to jump up. They are talking right now. It's not silent anymore in these team chats. We're now 13 laps to go here tonight for the Apex Sim Racing eSeries Showdown. It's the season opener here at Daytona. 150 miles, 60 laps. Who's going to claim the victory? Charles Stevens Jr. won the Clash last week. It's now up to anybody else to see if they can knock him off. And right now, that one truck, that 46, that 95 and 52, they are currently leading the inside and outside lanes.
Yeah, and we saw it last week. These guys are in great position right up front right now, but anything's possible. I love to say that because at plate tracks, you really can't expect to leave with a clean vehicle.
Oh, yeah, you know. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is like basically, I approach this race basically like I approach a race like Bristol with 20, 30 cars. If you can just finish that race on a lead lap whenever you're in a points battle in a season or a league, that's a win in my book. As we see, I think it was a 31 of Jonah Colbert. He's not he's now gambling with his own money. He's had to use his fast repair. No more house money, so you don't want to be getting loose now. As it looks like the 51's going to get turned right there. Oh, I think Pegleg may have made a mistake right then. And all right, I'm waiting for you, Derek. Hit
Yep,
me in the chat.
Derek, where you at?
Hit me with it in the chat, Derek.
The 17 is lifted off the ground right there.
As it looks like maybe some bump drafting. You can tell the 51 kind of comes down right there, not really blocking the run, just trying to get on the bottom lane. And Chuck was not able to get on the binders or off that loud pedal quick enough as Aaron Adcock just went for a ride right then, folks. Tough break for... White's is going backwards. I think
he's on the inside.
He might be out of a fast repair, though. I think he used one just a while ago, Jason.
Oh, that would be a heartbreaker. I don't know, because he's been up front all night.
Yeah, but he was involved in that wreck that took out Anthony McPherson, the last wreck we had.
He must be, because he would have been out by now.
Because remember, he bump draft Jonah Colbert.
Yep. Okay, yep.
Yep, and there we see his truck disappears. That's heartbreak right there. All right, there's how many laps we got to go? 11 laps to go. It's going to be 10 to go when they go by. We'll probably take the green with either 9 or 8 to go. Jason Raymond, hit me with it. Who's your pick tonight to win the season opener here at Daytona for the Apex eSeries Showdown?
I'm going to, after seeing the way that these plate tracks play out a lot, I'm going to go towards the middle of the pack. Well, not middle. I'm going to go to the 7th spot with Eddie Smith. He's kind of in a good position as
can't make this up.
Anything's possible coming out of the last corner. And
I ask you for a paint scheme, still my choice. Ask you for a winner, still my choice. You can't make this kind of stuff up, folks. I can put my hand solely on a Bible, and I don't even say this much, but just so everybody knows, I am shooting completely straight. As soon as he wrapped up his sentence, I was gonna say 87, Eddie Smith. I already had the camera ready to go on him and everything. And way to go. So, all right. So, you got the 87. He's firing off 7th. We've already seen it can happen. Last corner, entering in 7th or 9th place. You win the thing. That was Charles Stevens Jr. I'm going to go with... let's see. I'm going to one-up you. I'm going to Garrett Kinder back here. He's currently sitting in 12th spot. That's how much I believe in that Kinder's Farm and Ranch Mobile 1 machine. And I know Mr. Kevin Kinder in the chat, he's going to love to see that. Especially if he's able to make it happen. As man, oh man, I cannot believe Aiden Schultz, he really has gained 23 spots here tonight. That is impressive. Yeah, I should have picked him. I don't know.
Hey, no going back now. You set your pick in stone, and let's just say I think Derek might have fell asleep on us. He hasn't said death yet, so I think he fell asleep on us.
Wow.
As we're seeing, let's see if the lights go off on the Pace. I almost said Pace truck. I'm used to seeing that Silverado.
A beautiful Silverado, I must add.
As the lights do indeed go off on the gender-neutral Pace car. There we go. Got it right this time.
Now it is time that we give away our bulk halter, recycling, and demolition hard charger of the night. I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. We got the number 52 of Aiden Schultz. He's outside row number 1. He has gained 23 spots since he took the grid. And then Chris Bedwell, he gained 17 spots since he took the grid. I mean, there's some shakers and movers, and the person that's sadly fallen the most since when they gridded. Tough night for that 21 machine of Christopher Heights. We saw that driver run up front for 3/4 of this race and just got involved in one too many there at the end, and it cost him a good points night. You never want to start these seasons out in a hole, especially when it's as competitive as this is. If you have a chance to get a win, not even a win, a top 5 in these league races, that's the difference between finishing second in the points battle to winning the points battle. You got to learn to minimize your risk and try to get every point you possibly can. A win's great, and Jason, I mean, you know this too. You do so many league races with us. Like on Sunday night, I would love to go out there and win in Blazing Pedal League. It's the most competitive series I've ever seen. Heck, it was even shown on the Pride Outdoor channel for a while. That's how competitive it is. It was shown on TV. I mean, I would love to go out there and win a race like that. But if you told me, Tanner, you can win a race and then you're going to finish 30th the next 3 weeks, or you can finish top 10 the next 3 weeks, I'd take the top 10. As we see, the number one did a great launch that time. The 52 was a sitting duck. Brought the 46 car of Joseph Mahar up there with him as they're going to be battling for second place as they go into turn number 1 and 2. I think the inside lane is going to have the advantage on the entry, but that 52 is going to fire off strong on the exit, Jason Raymond.
As we'll see if he can get that run down that backstretch. The one bobbles a little bit right there. I'm not sure if he got a little help. And look at Eddie Smith.
My pick.
No, that's not your pick. And I just want to say, you said the one gets a great jump. He did get a great jump, as we haven't really had to talk about it.
Ooh, they're 3 wide, and they're getting bobbly.
As I'm going to continue what I was saying before I got a little excited. The restart time is so close tonight, but the one got a great jump on that last restart, and you don't want to get too good of a jump at a track like this, because then the draft.
Oh, is that going to go around? Chris McLean just got doored by Todd Shajort, I do believe. I don't think it was intentional. I know I say that, and it comes across like I'm saying it was intentional. No, it wasn't intentional. But it looks like Todd Shajort just kind of misjudged it right there a little bit. 3 wide. I mean, it does not work. It can work, but it's just hard. Gotta be so careful. As you see him on the outside, 00 just comes down and hits the 5 truck of Chris McLean a little bit. And then the 00 just goes around. But look at everybody just scatter. Hold your brakes, young son. There's somebody that's really mad right now, Jason. Man, oh man, if I got damaged right there because dude didn't hold his brakes, I'd be raging.
Oh, that makes 2 of us, for sure.
As
look at this. I gotta check my standings. Aiden Schultz, like we said, he started 25th. He's sitting first right now. He got the lead after that restart.
I'm pulling him up here right now. Aiden Schultz, Tanner Marr, Jason Raymond, the 5 Kings Network booth. Do you have a copy?
G'day guys, how are ya?
Hey Aiden, I'm doing good, buddy, and I know you're doing really good. You started way on back in the pack. Way back. You started 25th. You worked your way up 24 spots to be in the top dog spot. Got 5 laps to go and we cross the stripe this time around. What do you have to do to put that number 52 Aussie Esports machine in victory lane here tonight?
Don't know, to be honest. That outside line's running okay. You sort of get up there and then it just stops. Me and Chris are PMing each other. We're going to be working together. Don't know how we're going to do it off the restart, but yeah, start at the back. Just tried to keep it clean because I've got no teammates here tonight. Obviously from over in Australia, and my other teammate couldn't join, so I thought I'd start at the back and see where I end up. And now we're in P1.
I mean, you've ran a fantastic textbook super speedway race, Aiden. That's awesome to see. And so you mentioned Australia. Not to take away anything from the race, because y'all are doing a marvelous job. What part of Australia are you from, buddy?
From Brisbane.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that, to be honest. So I'll have to look that up. So that's still pretty cool,
Brisbane's on the east coast.
Okay, I got you. 10-4. Well, Aiden, we'll be up here calling the action, buddy. You got Chris Bedwell going to be starting here outside. Eddie Smith and Dylan Hastings going to be starting on the inside and outside of row number 2. Sorry. We'll be up here calling the action. Good luck to you, Aiden.
Yeah, no worries. Probably expect another caution and a green light checker, guys, but thanks.
It's possible, but, you know, Aiden, if you can make it to that white flag, it don't matter then. It's all up to you, brother. Good luck to you.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir, buddy. Thank you. That was Aiden Schultz right there. So now I want to pull up. We haven't talked to him all night. We're going to try to have a quick little word with him, trying not to bother him too much. Eddie Smith, Tanner Marr in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Eddie, brother, you have also ran a pretty textbook race here tonight. You kept that 87 machine as clean as what Tide would do for you out of the washing machine. So, I mean, looking really strong here tonight. We're firing off in P3 right here. What's it going to take, you think, to get by that number 5295 who's on the road number 1?
I don't know. trying to be aggressive, man. Trying to take any run that we can get, every spot that we can get. So I'm gonna lay on the bumper of this 52 car and either push him to the win or we'll see what happens. But yeah, just gonna try to be aggressive and try to get this win.
All right, so that's what I wanted to hear right then. You said you would push, but you really want to win. And while I got you up here, Eddie, been watching what you're doing with Thunderstruck in the broadcast booth. Fantastic job, brother. Fantastic job.
Awesome, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Y'all too.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. And good luck to you, Eddie. We'll be calling action. It's going to get hot and heavy here, buddy. Alrighty, folks. As I'm not sure. Eddie, which team channel was
Dirt
you in?
Affliction.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Good luck to you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, that's Eddie Smith, number 87 Tide Machine. For some reason, I get him and Ray Rogers mixed up. You know what? Ray Rogers is not even here tonight.
Where is Ray Rogers?
I forgot. Yeah, where's Ray Rogers?
He wasn't here.
And Justin Miller. Oh, no, Justin Miller. He's hanging out with his family tonight. They went to a Luke Bryan concert. And they look like they were... Oh, gosh. Don't be a fangirl. They look like they were freezing cold. They were all bundled up. So, Justin Miller, if you watch this back, would like to have you out here on track, but I'm sure you're having a good time enjoying it with your 3 little girls. Hope they're having a blast, buddy.
I've never been to a concert, so I want to go to. I don't care who it is. I want to go to a concert now. I'm buying tickets. I'm going on right now.
The
I'm
best
buying tickets.
concert I've ever went to. I've only been to like 4 if you count a free Josh Turner concert. That was at Kentucky State Fair. But I went to a Kid Rock concert in Indianapolis, and you want to talk about wild. It was wild. All right, here we go, folks. Aiden Schultz, Chris Bedwell, Eddie Smith, Dylan Hastings, Joseph Mahar. Don't forget, Jason picked at number 87. He's starting in 3rd. I picked Garrett Kendra. He's starting in 13th. Typically, I would think my pick was out of the ballgame with only 3 laps to go when they take the green here. But I know anything and everything will happen here tonight as they fire off. 52 gets a great jump. Eddie Smith is trying to get the momentum there to clear that outside guys. It looked like the outside lane just said, no, we don't want no part of it. We're going down low. As Eddie Smith, I'm not sure why Aiden Schultz jumped up right then.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I'm not sure.
Well, he told us in the interview. He said him and Chris have been PMing each other back and forth. They were going to work together.
There you go.
That may have hurt him though. I don't know if he wants to be on that outside lane. But it's 5-on-5 right now. It's like they're playing a basketball game. Who's going to win this battle? As we're coming to 2 laps to go, as they come around out of turn 4, they're double filing. They're racing not only for the lap lead, but this could seal the deal for the race win if you're able to clear that driver on your outside or the driver on your inside. As we are now 2 laps to go. And the advantage went to Aiden Schultz and Chris Bedwell. Eddie Smith is now shown as P3.
You know, I would think the outside lane's the place to be right now. They get such a great run on the corner exit. Look at the train they have on the outside too. If they can keep up hooked up like this, I feel like the outside lane is a place to be. Like I said, with that run you get on the outside, they are moving around a lot. This is gonna get very intense, and we're gonna get very crazy up here in the booth coming to 1 to go here. As we're seeing, Eddie Smith actually has the advantage right here, but if you watch, you'll see that Aiden Schultz will actually get a decent run off the corner here and maybe pull alongside and even back in front of him, unless Eddie Smith just got too much of a lead at this point. There it is. They're white flag. 1 more to go here. As they're 3 wide for the race lead, and Eddie Smith down underneath, and they're wrecking behind him. Oh, big wreck. Oh, back to the inside. Oh my! Oh, they wreck behind him. That was awesome. Like I said earlier. Yeah, before we get a little excited with interviews here, I called it before. Actually, my first thing I said in this broadcast is it was a wild finish last week. I can't expect anything less tonight, and man, I predicted that right too. I'm 2 for 2. As we're gonna see Eddie Smith burn it down here. As Tanner has been muted
I
on
had my
accident.
mic muted. I called that whole finish right there. I apologize for that. I was doing something to take care of something on Discord, so I just told Jason to talk as we see Eddie Smith burn it down right here. Don't take anything away from Eddie Smith, though, because he did one fantastic job here tonight.
So as he's burning it down on the Daytona sign. He's leaving his tire marks right on that tee. He's going along the hole. He's cutting the grass for him. Free maintenance, man.
I sincerely apologize for being muted right there the last 2 laps. That was the Absolute Product Solutions icing the competition final lap, and man, there may be a few drivers in there that need to get some ice for their head. There was a big wreck there that took out a lot of fast drivers, but now it is time for the Kyle Roberts Leather post-race interview. I got Aiden Schultz coming up to you right here, folks. We just spoke with him. Now we're going to speak with him again. Jason Raymond, you have the honors.
Aiden, this is Jason and Tanner up in the Five Kings Network booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, got a copy, guys.
We just talked to you, right? I think it was before that last green flag, and you said you're gonna work with Chris. You were working with him pretty strong, and you started 25th, like I said, and I mean it's not a bad opener. You obviously would have liked to win, but a third place finish isn't bad. So talk me through your race.
It was just to be there at the end race, to be honest. Super speedways, you got to get to that final lap to be in it. So started at the back, and they were a bit slow at the back, and I thought they'd sort of at the rear of that rear of that front pack, and just waited, and then Chris, with I think 15 to go, he PM'd me and said, "Hey, do you want to work together?" And I said, "Yeah," and that got us to the front. He left me high and dry a little bit there down the back stretch on the last lap, but here's what it is. We still come away with the P3, and super speedways aren't really my strength, so it's a good start.
Yeah, for sure. Third place isn't bad. Good points tonight for the season opener here. Who do you got to thank for making that 52 truck go so fast?
Of course, my beautiful partner Prue, as always. She's always watching. All the boys at Aussie are esports over here in Australia and New Zealand, so we're an Australia-New Zealand team. We thought we'd put a couple of cars into this American League this year. We did a couple of rounds last year. I came away with a W in my first race last year, so I thought I'd back up and see how we go. And, of course, you guys for putting on the broadcast and all the people for putting on the league.
This sounds good, 10-4. So we're going to be here every week, and I don't know where we head to next week, but hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Yeah, hopefully we do. We'll see how we go next week. Not sure where we are next week either, but either way, it'll be a bit of fun.
There you go. That was a third place finisher, Aiden Schultz.
All right, now we're going to have our second place finisher here. I can't remember who it was. It was so chaotic.
Joseph Mahar.
Oh, yeah, it was Mr. Joseph Mahar. Brought it home in P2. He's the driver in number 46. It was bright and pink tonight. You could not miss it. Joseph, this is Tanner Marr in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Tanner. How's it going, man?
It's going good, buddy, and I know it's going good for you. You would like to finish one spot higher up on the board, but still, to begin the season off with a P2 finish, you kept that car up towards the front the entirety of the night. Was that kind of your strategy coming into this race? Not fall back, just try to control the race for some portions?
Yeah, this track is real big with track position. So that was my my goal coming in here, was just to try to start well and run well. Just run up front, and had a lot of laps on Tuesday in other leagues. So I mean, I felt comfortable. I knew what my truck could and could not do. So it was all part of the plan, and sort of feel like the Daniel Hemrick of iRacing. I cannot get a win, but plenty of second place finishes, I guess. Which when you come to Daytona, I guess if you finish second, that's pretty good. Wanted to win, but that was just an intense last lap. That's a lot of fun.
It was. It was a lot of things, and intense is one great way to describe it, Joseph. Now, we saw a few people have some mistakes with the bump draft, and now I've always been under the impression in these trucks they don't bump draft very well. Is that the way you feel, kind of too? From what we saw here tonight?
Yeah, they don't bump that well. You've really gotta, you know,
Be
have
completely straight.
yeah, you've got to have your steering and stuff set up to be so tight to take a bump. I've found that not bumping was a little bit better than bumping. I mean, I was able to get behind my teammate in the one and was able to keep him out front, I think, most of the race. So,
Right.
yeah, I don't think I only hit him a few times. When I did hit him, it got him loose. So, definitely not bumping is the way to go with these trucks.
Right on, Joseph. That was like I said, it was a really impressive run tonight. You started in second, you finished in second. Great points night for the start of the season. Should have good momentum in that number 46. It's pink, and you're never going to miss it. It stands out. Who do you got to thank for making that 46 Ford F-150 so fast each and every week?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be pink for the whole season. I'll probably put it back to its normal colors. I've had it pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Right on, right on. Awesome. Me too. Us too.
Yeah, I'll throw it back to its normal color. So I think it'll be its orange and black next week. But I wanted to put the pink truck in victory lane. Came so close, but 87 did what he had to do on the last lap. Was able to keep me back there, and yeah, props to him for winning tonight.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to you, Joseph. Do you have any sponsors or anybody you want to throw out there?
No sponsors. Just gotta give a shout out to my team owner Chris Progar. Thanks for letting me join your team. Shout out to my teammates Dylan Hastings and Evan Bushbasher with the $3 name right there. But most of all, just got to thank my wife. Thanks for tolerating me and letting me do this and being my biggest fan.
Right on, brother. I always love it when the family, like the wife, supports. I have to cross that hurdle every now and then too, but she's pretty giving and understands. So good race tonight, Joseph, at 46. Look forward to calling action again with you next week, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Tanner. If we can keep this momentum going, we're gonna get a win this season. So that's excited.
You know what they say, that first one's always the hardest in a new series. So once you get that first one, I think you'll be busting them off left and right. Good run here tonight, Joseph.
Thanks, Tanner. Looking forward to talking with you guys again.
Yes, sir, buddy. All right, and then there was one, Eddie Smith. At one point, he was running seventh, is whenever Jason claimed that was his pick. He stole my pick, and he was able to take that 87, put it out front. Jason Raymond, you now have the honors.
Eddie, this is Jason and Tanner up in the Five Kings Network booth. You got a copy?
Come on.
Yeah, we talked to you right before that last green flag, and you said you were content with pushing him to win. Obviously, you want to win, but if you had to push him, you're going to. And we saw you make a pretty good move down the backstretch on the last lap, and then there was chaos behind you. Obviously, what were you thinking of coming out of turn 4 on the last lap?
Just keep it to the floor, keep that 46 behind me. I knew he was going to try to get a run, and I put a little block on him. He hit me, and I appreciate him not wrecking me, but I thought it was pretty clean. Yeah, on that restart, I was just going to push the 52 all the way to the win. I just didn't know what else I could do. And he jumped up on the outside. I guess he was working with the fellow on the front row on the outside, and the seas just parted, and I was like, I can't believe this. I'm hollering at the one on the radio saying, come on, man, push me, let's go.
Right.
And he did. And, man, just there at the end, it was just hold it wide open and just pray that you don't hit anything.
So I want to butt in really quick, Eddie. Watching that right there, as you're coming in turn 4, getting closer and closer to the trial and that start finish line. You say you did throw kind of a block, but that wasn't really a block. I mean, you were going for the win at that point. Yeah, it was a block, but you're trying to win. I was nervous you were going to get hooked right then, honestly, just because you know the way the bump draft works in these trucks and stuff like that. One little miscalculation can send that truck off like a pinball. So, man, congratulations on the win. That was really, really impressive. Those last about 10 green flag laps there.
Yeah. I mean, we tried to work together as a team, and Daytona, Talladega, that works good, especially for pit stops and stuff. But it just never worked out where we could all get together. And there at the end, I knew there's gonna be some cautions, and trying to get a few, 2 or 3 spots every time you could. If you get a run, get past a couple guys, that'd be that much closer. And so, I mean, this is all luck. I'm not really a super speedway driver, so it just worked out my way. There's plenty of drivers up there who were super fast and deserve to win too. So, I'm glad to be the one that was able to get it tonight.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you, Eddie. Jason Raymond, you got anything else for him?
I just want to say, I'm going to brag real quick. I don't know if you heard Tanner say it, but when we were doing our picks for who thought was going to win, you were sitting 7th at the time, and I said I think Eddie Smith is going to be in the right position at the right time, and man, I was right. So I feel good about that, and I thank you for actually making me look good for something. Who do you got to thank on that number 87 machine?
Well, I got to thank all the guys in Dirt Affliction tonight who worked together and were, great teammates. Todd Schott, Eric Burkhalter, Jonah Colbert, Alan Smith, and Trevor Burge, and a couple other guys that worked with us. It takes it takes a lot of guys working together to run in these things and keep them straight. And everybody did a great job tonight. So just want to thank those Dirt Affliction guys. Glad that they allowed us to be a part of their team this season. So we're excited to get the win for them. And thank y'all very much. Thank y'all very much for broadcasting. We sure do appreciate it. Y'all do a great job.
Well, we appreciate that.
It's always fun calling the action for you guys, and I'm not sure where you guys head off next week, but I'm sure we'll be talking to you again as you've proven yourself. You're fast everywhere, so.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope we have some good finishes. Really excited to be here.
Congratulations, Eddie Smith, driver number 87 Tide Machine. Brought it home in victory lane for the season opener of the Apex eSeries Showdown. Congratulations, Eddie, and I'm sure, like Jason said, we'll be talking to you throughout the season, brother.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yes, sir, buddy. You too. All right, Jason. We've done it. We've reached the finish line. Eddie Smith just happened to beat everybody else to it. He parked that number 87 Tide Machine Chevy Silverado in victory lane. Started the season off strong. Before we wrap it up here tonight, Jason, do you have any final thoughts?
Man, I just gotta say that was another great race. These guys never fail to put on a good show, and it's fun calling the action up here. And I just want to say, I really do mean it when I say this is a great league. So if you're looking for a clean, pretty, well talented league, you should definitely check these guys out at Apex Sim Racing eSeries. And then before we sign off here, go through the top 10 real quick for you guys. As we just talked to the top 3. We had Eddie Smith coming home P1 for JC Motorsports. Dirt Affliction, I'm sorry. And Joseph Mahar finished 2nd. Aiden Schultz rounded out the top 3. Dylan Hastings ran up front all night long. Just, fell back on one restart, I believe. He finished 4th, still not a bad night. 5th place was Kyle Roberts. 6th place was last season's champion, Chris McLean. 7th place, Paul Cox. 8th place was Aaron Adcock. 9th place was Todd Schott. And rounding out your top 10 for tonight, the Daytona opener for the Apex Sim Racing eSeries Showdown, Trevor Burge.
There you have it, folks. There's your top 10 finishers. We will make the list go down just for a second so you can see where your favorite drivers finish. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. If you're still with us right now, slap that like button. It helps out a lot. Be sure to check out our 3 main sponsors, Tony Setup Shop, LLC.com, TheButtKicker.com, and MF Racing Designs. We'll be back on track tomorrow night in the next gen. We're playoff racing. First race of the round of 6. Hope to see y'all then. We'll be going live as I'm currently leading the points. Scotty, I think, is in 4th, so it's going to be hot and heavy. Hope to have y'all there with us. But for now, it's been the Apex Sim Racing eSeries Showdown. We're turning the lights off, folks. We're going to close shop, and until next time, we'll see ya.